And that should tell you why it's so many black guys in the NFL who scared to be themselves. It explains why. I told y'all they were scared of Myles Garrett. If that was Myles Garrett, they wouldn't have said nothing. But Myles Garrett is himself. Njoku, everybody was talking about how much Njoku likes Shedeur. I'm like, Njoku ain't no fool. He like, I'm gonna get to know Shedeur. You need chemistry on the field, right? So I want you to throw me the ball. People were like, Njoku, like, this my QB1. I'm like, he felt like that. He was never afraid to embrace Shedeur publicly. I still ain't seen Jerry Jeudy. See, that's why they forced Jerry Jeudy to share a locker. That is why Mary Cabot has a pinned tweet about Jerry Jeudy, because they got him already. They got to him. How they gonna force you to share a locker with Flacco, and it's supposed to be a competition? And let me tell y'all something. They already on that. It's another commercial. They already on that. Oh, it's just a preseason game. I'm gonna be going in this week. Just be ready. I'm like, I don't give a damn if it was a preseason game or not. I want to see you put Dylan out there against Philly with the 3s and the 4s. Confirmed. They didn't play any of their starters unless they count Luke Floria as a starter. There was a play on 4th and 1. 4th and 1. What happens when it's 4th and 1? What kind of play do you typically run? It's the first quarter, 8 minutes left. What kind of play calling? What play do you typically call when it's 4th and 1? When it's 4th and 1, you like need to just scoop. You just need to scoop. What play type? Do you run the ball? Do you pass the ball? Do you run the ball at 4th and 1? Do you pass the ball at 4th and 1? Well, guess what Kevin Stefanski did on that play that you watched Shedeur get sacked? He called a pass play for Shedeur to step out the pocket away 1 yard, a few yards back, to pass the ball to somebody when they only had 1 yard to go. And get this, instead of running it in, not only did he have Shedeur to go backwards to go 1 yard and pass the ball that maybe it's going to get deflected against the ones, right? Number 74 didn't cover for Shedeur. Go watch the play. Go watch the play. Go watch the play. Tampa's still out there. I'm looking to see, that's defense. I'm looking to see if I see Shiloh. So, y'all know when it's 4th and 1, you don't pass the ball. You don't send the quarterback backwards out the pocket to get 1 yard. You don't do that. You just hand it to the running back. He was already right there. All he had to do was scoot forward, and they would have had a first down. So now that Andrew Berry is actually being nice. Somebody trying to start smoke? That's not Shiloh, though. Now that Andrew Berry is being nice to Shedeur, like, he got invited to the cookout and he snuck in the back and we ain't kick him out yet. I want to see if he going to protect Shedeur from Stefanski's suspect play calling. See, when you want to smile in somebody's face and take credit for them being in your organization, even though I know you set him up too, I'm going to be quiet about that topic. Because I want to see if you're going to protect him from Stefanski. I want to see, as the general manager, are you going to be like, look, I can't tell you who to play, but, you got to protect the quarterback. I want to see. He want to be a proud uncle? Let me see if he going to pull Kevin Stefanski's coattail. See, right after the draft, there was a post going around, and I didn't know if it was true or not, because I didn't know these people, and I kind of still don't personally, so I couldn't tell whether it was true or not. But an anonymous source said, I know Kevin Stefanski, and he didn't want Shedeur on the team. You know what I said today? I see it. So all of that, when he was being rude early on, that was him. All of that telling Shedeur on draft night, God works in mysterious ways. See, here's the thing. When you say that out loud to somebody that God is showing love and favor and blessings to, and you try to take them down, ooh, baby, you're going to need mercy. You are going to need mercy. You trying to take down Shedeur, and you're going to tell him, I told you God works in mysterious ways. Let's see if Andrew Berry protects Shedeur, since he want to take all the credit. And let's see if Kevin Stefanski need to supply a mercy against that karma that's coming his way. But people talking about Shedeur only had a 13-12 record or a 12-13 record. What's Kevin Stefanski's record? Is it 44-40? Kevin Stefanski is not fit to hold Shedeur Sanders' cleats. One more time. Kevin Stefanski is not fit to hold Shedeur Sanders' cleats. And let me tell you why. Shedeur's record at CU was compromised. Kevin Stefanski is the head coach in Cleveland. He's responsible for everything and everybody that's on the field. Am I right? So once again, his under 500 record makes him unfit to hold Shedeur Sanders' cleats. Every day I post and tweet and say, reminder, Kevin Stefanski should be fired. And every day it gets more and more traction. So in case you missed it, Kevin Stefanski should be fired immediately. Immediately. All right, let me see what y'all got going on since this commercial. So, it's just it's starting to all come together, right? You see Mary Cabot running on the other side, talking about legendary, Shedeur Sanders, dazzle, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, he legendary now. Well, last week, y'all were pigeonholing him to QB4. A lot of people flipped last night. Shiloh out there beating his chest. Let me see. Let me look at the replay. Trying to see what Shiloh got going on. But everybody switching up sides, right? They switching sides. But Stefanski is hell bent. He wasn't even happy in his press conference. Doug Williams is out there. Oh, his name is up there. He must have retired his jersey number. All right, y'all. I'm looking for Shiloh. I think he's bottom right, top right of the screen, top of the screen. Is that Shiloh? Shiloh's having a good game. So yeah, Barry switching up, Cabot switching up. Some people say they like tit for tat. You could tell because they say listen to the way they report and talk. They use the same verbiage. Maybe that's why they was on the same side yesterday. Maybe because they know it's up to Stefanski and there's nothing they could do. So they just, pretended. It wasn't me. All right. Shiloh looked like he was going to try to get him one. Boy, Shiloh get a interception in this game. Y'all know he going to do his J6, J5, Jackson State. All right, looking at the highlights. Let's see. They were trying to get to the quarterback, but he was protected. They playing. Yeah. All right, they on the side. Let's see. It was Pittsburgh. Did Pittsburgh, who won the game? Okay, let's see. It looked like I don't know what's happening, a punt return. Yeah, punt return. Okay. It said Grossi will for sure after Shedeur rolled up on him, right? I want to see if he gonna change his tune. They said Rizzy, the older guy in Cleveland on ESPN Cleveland, said he was yelling. They were arguing back and forth because Grossi likes Dylan, and I'm like, I don't care who you like. And he was, listen to this, y'all. I said I want to talk about this tomorrow. Listen to this. So Grossi was on air with Rizzy, right? Rizzy is the guy he likes Shedeur. He said, I want to see what he could do. Grossi was like, how does he have arm soreness when he doesn't really get any reps like that? And Rizzy was like, because he goes out there early and he stays late. Grossi was like, well, that wasn't very smart. Now remember, right after the draft, I think it was Luke Poirier said Shedeur Sanders couldn't convince any teams, any NFL teams, meaning the Giants, that he was willing to stay late and show up early like millions of people do. So that's why I say he damned if he do and he damned if he don't, because how is it that he get dragged by a reporter because he stays late and ends up with arm soreness, and then at the same time he get dragged because they assume he don't want to stay late and early. Everything they used against him in the draft, one was a lie and two was subjective, and they have no proof. Today you hear entourage. That came right out of the mouth of the New York Giants head coach, who should not have a job. Should not have a job. These people are they don't like him because he's black. They don't want him to bring his culture with him. They don't want him to bring his wealth with him. He's young, black, and rich. That's what it is. He's young, black, and rich. He has one of the best football IQs coming out of college, if not the best. But they wanted to say he wasn't cerebral. So everything that was positive about Shedeur when he first got there, they went on the negative about. He had never done anything for them to say he wasn't. And when the speeding tickets happened, they were very quiet, and they still want to get Quinshawn Junkins, but they wanted to use that to hold Shedeur back, which meant they were looking for something to hold him back. And he still emerged as QB1. Kevin Stefanski tried to set him up. It failed. Number 74, if you go watch that play, 8 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock, first quarter, 4th and 1, I want you to keep your eyes on number 74. It's going to look a lot of Colorado O-line-ish. Just that one person, 74. Just check it out. Tell me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not. I watched it a couple of times. So just go back and watch that play. Going back and forth to see Jacksonville and Tampa. Okay, somebody dropped the score in the chat. Shout out to Bucky for the inside footage, right? I'm happy Bucky got his opportunity. Oh, did y'all hear what he said? So Carolina reproved his request to film. Remember, so Roger Goodell said, yeah, you can film, but each team has to prove it. So Bucky said, Carolina, shout out to Carolina Panthers for approving the request. Guess who submitted it for him? Or guess who worked on his behalf for him to get it? Can y'all guess? Miss Constance, Coach Prime business partner. Yup. So he did well with this one. I'm assuming. I wonder if Cleveland gonna ever let him film. And now that the NFL Network is owned by ESPN, we're gonna see how they do. So yep, shout out to Bucky. I love the roll up on Grossi. Yeah, it was mature. It was professional. And you know, even Rizzy told Grossi, you have an agenda. He said, you just have an agenda. He does. He has an agenda. So I'm glad that happened. I'm glad the reporters who are veterans came out and said it happens all the time, because you know people was trying to go in. Oh, he need to stay in his lane. I'm like, that is his lane. See, people who have access like Grossi does, they like to misuse it. They like to abuse their access to the players because they know the players typically can't say anything, right? So they go in to try to devalue these players. They go in, defame these players, because, you know, while you can sue for defamation against a reporter, it's pretty difficult, but you could do it. You definitely could do it, but you're just going to be time consuming and you're going to have to spend some money. So sometimes it's worth it just to be mature, just to have some self-worth and say, hey, what I do. And I don't know who was standing next to Shedeur, but when Shedeur was getting ready to talk to Grossi, somebody else was getting ready to say something. He turned to that guy and said, oh, excuse me. I was like, yeah, put these people around you in check before they get you messed up. Don't let nobody who around you think that they can speak for you. You be quiet. I don't even know who that was. I don't even know who it was. So Shedeur is very mature. That's why his nickname is Grown. So we're going to see how Grossi act going forward. I want to they let people call in on that show? I don't know. I don't think so. Andrew Berry was over there near hugging Shedeur. Yup, he was. He was. It said Cam gone. What does it say? Cam game definitely wasn't like Shedeur game. No. I love how Shedeur confronted Grossi. Yup. You and a lot of people. He works too much is a character flaw. Right, that's crazy. But then you said he was never going to show up early and late like millions of people do. Like you was calling him lazy on the cut. That's what you were doing. It's crazy how they trying to boldly use stereotypes. Like, y'all gonna get the hell out of here with that. He just mad Shedeur wakes up daily, right? That's it. As simple as that, Amber. It says Sean and Dabal shouldn't have jobs, right? They should have been fired last year. Sean for sure. And see what happens when you let evil stay around? They mess it up for you. Now, they under a microscope too. The way Shedeur addressed a reporter wasn't like how Prime did. Prime threw water on his head after a Braves game. You know, I remember that in a documentary. People talked about that. But you know what people don't understand? Shedeur's his own man. He's Coach Prime's son, but he's his own man. And to be honest with you, that was just an excuse to hate on Shedeur, because how stupid is it for you to devalue a player, still draft him because you don't like his daddy? You didn't say nothing about Shiloh. That's how you know it's because Shedeur is a black quarterback. Look at what's going on with Cam. To say out loud, if Cam is the starter, if you drafted him number one, paid him $48 million guaranteed, why the hell wouldn't he be the starter? 17-32, people. That's what it is. Titans 7, Bucks 13. Okay, yep, the score is still the same. I think all of the loudness and entourage comes with now. Oh, you mean his brother? Because he's there? No, because I don't even think Bucky could even get in the interview. I don't even think he could get in the interview. Well, they said Bucky was a cameraman. That was crazy. Big weekend for CU Neffs. Yep. Oh, and speaking of nephews, the uncles are getting into it. So people are calling it out. All of the uncles that were at the game supporting, y'all saw, of course, on the ground, you know, you had all the 12 jerseys worn by the unks, right? Unc and them, or however you want to say it. And then you had the celebrity unks. You had the baby, you had Jamie Foxx, and they all showed love to Coach Prime. And what I thought was nice on the ground, on the field, were the Carolina Panthers players showing love to Shedeur, telling him he the truth. Loved it. I want to see. I'm like, Jerry Judy, you just not gonna show your Facebook? Shedeur handled his hater way better. I mean, he's his own man, right? He's his own man. Hell no, it's a lot of people starting to talk about Flacco and his son and how his son clowned him during the interview. Did y'all see that? His own son was talking about he's not good. I'm like, oh. They had Flacco out for a family day, and they had some reporters asking his son's questions. His son looked to be about a preteen, I would say. He could be 13. He didn't have nice things to say. He didn't have nice things to say at all. It went viral on IG. Check it out. It said he appeared to be the same guy at the baseball game with Shedeur. Maybe he played for them. I don't know. You talking about Njoku? It was nice to see Bucky's intro coming in with select QB. Hell, they don't even talk about him. And he should definitely be somebody's quarterback coach in the NFL, some team, because he's good. I heard them say Caleb Williams got a new quarterback coach. I was like, they should have hired Daryl Colbert Jr. I wanted Milroe to work with him. Milroe balled out too this weekend. Let's see if you hear about it next week. See, they know they can't suppress Shedeur. They don't talk about Cam. He don't have no aunties and uncles showing up to talk about him. So it's working, right? They suppressing him. They making him compete. Nobody calling it out because why? He don't have that kind of support. Same thing with Milroe, which is why he over there quiet in Seattle, because he don't have nobody to stand up for him. Shedeur got fans that he bringing to the game, fans that he bringing back to the game of football. The people repping Cleveland and Carolina was crazy, and they had good seats. And the cameraman was doing his thing. One thing about the Panthers, they know how to take advantage of the media. There's a video, a photo of Dylan Gabriel, Deshaun Watson, and Flacco on the side. Flacco and Dylan Gabriel and I'm trying to see. Okay, Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson both look like they were contemplating life. Deshaun Watson looked like he was getting ready to text his wife, baby, go ahead on, put the house on the market because we're not going to be here long, fast, because you might be there, but they're not going to let you play. So it looked like realization began to set in with Deshaun Watson and Dylan. Dylan looked like he don't know what he going to do. But look at Flacco's face. Look at Flacco's face. Flacco was cheesing. Like he trained Shedeur. Maybe he did give him some tips. We don't know. Look at Flacco's face. He looked like, yep, I can go on retire now. He on one clip, he was like, yep, I can go on retire now. He was just kind of walking up down the side. When I saw this clip and somebody said that Flacco had good things to say about Shedeur, I said, I believe it. I believe it. The way people treat you, the way they react to you, around you, tells you how they feel about you. Kevin Stefanski already speaking word riddles, right? Speaking in riddles. Daniel Oyefuse posted. He asked him, "Oh, is that Shedeur? Is that Shiloh?" Look, I'm trying to watch. Y'all let me know if Shiloh do something. let me know. Shiloh up the chat and tell me what he did, because I'm trying to talk and see at the same time. But I think that was him. So, Kevin Stefanski did a press conference. I didn't watch it. And I read about what he said because I refused to give him my time. So I was looking at something else and I saw what he said. And Daniel Oyefuse, that's where I got the info from. Daniel Oyefuse said Kevin Stefanski was asked about Shedeur getting reps, this, that, and the other. And he said, yeah, we're going to have to look at all the injuries and see where everybody is with the injuries. That was his answer. Injuries. He's definitely enemy number one. And he should be fired. And I'm going to keep saying it. Because after Shedeur had an amazing game, everybody can say he's QB1. All they did was ask you, was he going to get more reps? They didn't ask you, were you going to promote him from QB4 to QB3? All he had to do was say what's obvious. Yes, what the injuries have to do with it. So people got to not be injured for Shedeur to get more reps. They were injured in Cleveland and Shedeur still didn't get no more reps. This man is enemy number one. Watch his life catch on fire. Watch his life catch on fire. Watch what I tell you. He's the first one that got to go. See, his behavior is the reason I believe that the GM hopped on the other side. Other than he trying to take credit for Shedeur's pick after he got thrown under the bus, he not trying to stand with Stefanski. Now, I feel like Stefanski has thrown Barry under the bus twice. So maybe Barry like, I'm going to scoot over here with Shedeur, take this credit right fast and let Stefanski catch this burn. They know what his thoughts are. They kill me, people like Grossi and Stefanski. They want Dylan to work out. But see, culture comes from the top. This is the owner's doing. If the owner wasn't aligned with that, Stefanski would have been fired. No owner. You think Jerry Jones would let any head coach that he handpicked, as horrible as they are, that he handpicked, put Shedeur in the back if Shedeur is good? Shedeur and Dallas will have the number 2. I still think that's where he gonna end up. I think Stefanski gonna keep playing around, and that's what's gonna force a trade. Watch. Because he already trying to go back to Cleveland. But let's see what the injuries are. See, he's basically saying Shedeur isn't better. It's just preseason. I'm like, I don't give a damn if it's preseason, regular season or not. Shedeur was surgical with it. He managed the huddle. He managed the game. He made excellent decisions. Once he realized 74 was tripping, he got it done. This was against the ones. He balled out against their ones and twos. He don't get credit from Stefanski at all, which means Stefanski is not creating a supportive environment, organizational malpractice. Stefanski has already created a toxic environment. Whoever forcing Jerry Jeudy to share a locker with Joe Flacco and Jerry Jeudy can't say a word, it lets you know that there's been talking points. Number 74, the only one who couldn't protect for Shedeur on one crucial play at 4-1 that Kevin Stefanski set up, when all you were supposed to do was run the ball in. You do not pass the ball because you making the quarterback back out the pocket to go 1 yard when the running back, all he had to do was lean forward. So Stefanski wanted Shedeur to look bad with that play. I'm going to go deeper dive into it tomorrow because I got a screenshot of the play. I want you to see where everybody was, where all of the linemen and defenders were, who was paired up, and who was running behind the guy sacking Shedeur. It looks so Colorado-ish because that's exactly what it was. Setting him up. 74 was the only one that didn't have a guy. And he was trotting behind. He wasn't hurrying. He wasn't hustling. It said, truth ain't true. How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. It said he appeared to be the same guy at the baseball game with Shedeur. Yeah, I don't know who that would be. Will Shepherd just caught a Definitely gonna watch the highlights. Definitely gonna watch the highlights. Anybody know the score of Green Bay? If it's in the chat, I don't see it. Let me know. Prime was like 24 years old, right? And you know the way they were treating him was they were worse. They were worse with Coach Prime. See, they trying to be like they were with Coach Prime. This is a different era. This is a different era. And after Shedeur talked to Grossi and they kind of laughed and went on or whatever, you know what people were saying? Somebody, you can't help but love Shedeur. I said, that's why we like Shedeur. He gonna stand on business every time. See, they think he's his father. No, he not. But he ain't gonna shy away from nothing either. He probably gonna go about things differently, but he gonna step to you. It's also a different era. Hell, you can't blame Coach Prime because back in '89, if they trying to be outwardly racist now, so calling him lazy on the cool, using stereotypes, talking about an entourage, this, that, and the other. Imagine what the hell they was doing in '89 before social media, before camera phones, before the public could see what's going on. There was no transparency back then. So I don't blame Coach Prime because you see how they're trying to do Shedeur, which is why Coach Prime wanted to be instrumental in where Shedeur goes. And he figured he could because they lured his son and him and made him feel like y'all are family and friends. We got y'all. You think Jerry didn't talk to Coach Prime about getting Shedeur? Of course he did. The young man with Shedeur was Tony Brown, right? We pointed that out. Yep. Will Shepherd caught a pass. Somebody let me know the score. Bucky could not go into Shedeur's press conference, right? So I knew Bucky could only go so far. Bucky was there. Yep, he sure was. We lucky they're not doing this to Shiloh. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke. Yeah, they already having a hard time trying to control Cam. I think they be laughing, but I think they be scared. They be laughing because they had a fight in practice. They had a fight. Touchdown. 49-44 good running backs for Tampa. Tampa gonna be good. Tampa's gonna be good. I want to see Teddy Bridgewater get in there, but it's probably gonna be next week. It's crazy how Huntley could get out there in 24 hours, but Teddy Bridgewater can't. I even seen Willie tonight with the Packers. Yep, drop the score, somebody. Oh, wait. Is that it right there? Oh, Pittsburgh 31, Jacksonville 25. Why Jacksonville not winning? They should be winning. Somebody let me know what the score is with the Packers. I'm trying to see. Milroe played well. He balled the hell out. Their game ended in a tie, 23-23. I was like, ooh. I was like, see, they playing 16, 17, and 18. Keep paying attention. Keep paying attention. 16, 17, and 18.